The first type of iterative structure we're going to look at is the while loop. The while loop is very similar to an if statement in that it has a keyword followed by some conditional followed by a block. Unlike the if statement, however, the while loop will continue to run its block of code while its condition equals true. Let's say for instance we had a script that had some health of a character in it, and inside of a loop we wanted to damage the health or subtract value from that health until the health was less than or equal to 0, at which point we would output that the character was defeated. We can do that very simply. I'll start by creating a health variable, and we'll set it equal to 100. Inside our start method, let's go ahead and create a loop that's going to subtract down to 0. A while loop is written with the keyword while, followed by 2 parentheses, and then a block of code. Inside those parentheses, we're going to put our conditional. In this case, we want to output a message once health is less than 0. Therefore, we're going to iterate or continue running this block of code while health is greater than 0, so that we leave this loop once health is finally less than 0. Now, if we were to simply run this right now, we would get what's called an infinite loop. This is a bad thing. It means that this loop will run forever, because health will always be greater than 0f. Our whole program would lock up and become unresponsive, and we'd have to end its process to free up our computer. Generally speaking, we want to be very careful when working with loops. We always want to avoid a situation where we might have an infinite loop. When dealing with a while loop, it's always important to ensure that our condition can eventually read false. In this instance, health is currently above 0, so we need to do something within this loop that's going to reduce the value of health. Now, this loop will subtract 5 from the variable health every time it iterates. We'll also output the health variable to the log so that we can see it decrement or decrease in value. Finally, we'll output that the character is defeated so that we know we've left our loop. In Unity, we'll run our scene, and we'll see that the health has been decremented from 100 all the way down to 0, at which point the character is defeated because we've exited our loop. While loops are very simple, yet very powerful structures. Though again, care must be taken to avoid the problems associated with accidentally creating an infinite loop.